Right, Jason, shall we?
Let's do it.
Nah, let's go pub instead.
Alright then. See you later, guys.
He's gone pub. Hello, guys. Yes, I'm tuna sweet. Yes, it is Thursday night, 7:30 UK time. We're in the studio, and I've got my mate Jace with us. We've just been sorting Salute.
Yep, salute.
Yeah. So, for all of you who are going to Salute, 12:30, yeah, on the foreground stand if you want to come say hello. I'm going to be there for about an hour. So, from 12:30 till 1:30, I'll be on the foreground stand. Come say hello. Right. I see lots of names. Who we got? Let's start at the top of the screen. Kat, Tim, Larissa, Paig, William, Insane, Stemmer. Come on, who else have we got? It says we've got loads watching. Okay, Bleed, hello.
Hey,
Jason's in person and not.
Yeah, not
He is.
not
He's
running around.
He
like
is a
some
real
sort of-
person, you know.
Yeah, well, I've come to the studio, so if I'm timed out, at least I can go to the loop.
Hey, CJ, how you doing? Right.
Hey up, Insane, mate.
Now,
Well,
I am
listen.
not working on what you call it, on an actual video at the minute. I'm planning. So I thought you might as well come along and plan with me.
I hope
Basically,
you're recovering all right, Larissa, by the way.
yeah. How was the op, Doc? Andre, Chris, Paul, Miko, Squiblet, Zippy, Tina,
Paolo.
Paolo, Liam. Come on, any more for any more?
Evening all. John Smith, the name.
The proper name. Good English name.
Metal.
Metal. Creative Foss. Hello.
Greetings from Norway.
Go on, who's the furthest person we've got in?
Thanks, Kat.
Who's in the remotest place from England? Right.
It'll be one of the Aussie bunch, won't it?
Aussie. I mean, we can get.
If they're not too busy watching the Commonwealth Games and getting thumped.
Oh, it's getting controversial. Aussies are normally in bed now. They don't normally get up until our night time.
Yeah, they're about 11 hours, aren't they?
Yeah, so I mean, they're normally getting up at.
There'll be some.
It's their evening in our morning, and their morning in our evening.
Terrainiac, insomniacs, eh?
Yeah.
Insomniacs.
Zim Popple, hello, dude. Adam. Seattle, Australia, Austria.
To Socks.
Utah, Texas.
Hey up, Bill.
Hey up, Bill. Iowa, Germany.
Hey up, CJ.
Texas.
JDK.
Missouri, Burlington.
Andre and Jim.
We've got a lot of Yanks in, haven't we?
Geneva. From Mr. Zimpopple. I'm an Aussie, but I live in Germany.
Who is the person from Perth?
There's lots of them.
I don't know. Was there one in the chat? Did I miss something? Right. There's some buildings out.
They are. Larissa. Saying it's 4:30 in Australia. Yeah, we weren't far off.
4:30 AM or PM?
AM. They're ahead of us. They're ahead of us. I used to.
From Melbourne. They are Brett.
They are Brett Simpson. Good old
there we are.
Australian name as well.
We also have a person that joins us from Japan. We do. Hey, Jeff.
Hi, Stovall. North Carolina.
Big gang tonight. Right, so yeah, I'm basically going to be playing around. I've got to figure out a 6x4 layout. I'm doing a table for the guys over at Foreground.
Hiya, Jeffrey.
And they've started to send me the bits up and that sort of stuff. And so I wanted to start working out on a concept.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, we have terrain.
Working on these jungle scatter how-to articles for the terrainiacs. What a pain. Oh, man. Hiya, Liam.
Been there.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Kennedy. Right. David, how are you doing?
Part of a castle. Oh, shut up, you.
See, this wasn't just me who knocked it over then.
Yeah, no, I do it all the time, mate.
I'm going to grab some weight off my feet.
Yeah, you do that. Get yourself comfy, dude. Now, I don't know if we're going to be going to the full half night tonight, because what's it? We've got Salute tomorrow, I've got prep to do, but we'll crack on for a good hour and a half at least. Yeah, so let's see how we go. Well, it's only 11:40 AM here in Arizona. It's not even noon yet. Yeah, good shirt. I could be the furthest person away from you, because we've got a place called Hell up north. Okay. Right, what are they?
Barricades. fortification.
Right, okay, they're not the buildings I'm after. Where are the buildings I'm after?
Oldie school.
Yeah, they're what you call it? That shifting sand stuff. Ah! Another box!
Box upon box.
Box upon box. Ooh, yeah. You.
Me.
He's what you call it?
Me.
Is the lad still collecting Imperial Guard?
He plays with them, yeah, because he plays Gene Stealers.
Right.
And Gene Stealers are half Imperial Guard, half Nids.
Oh, right, okay.
So he likes it.
20 stormtroopers.
Oh, lovely. I like them.
14
nice
specials. The old stormtroopers.
Oh, nice one, thank you. Oh yeah, I like these models.
You reckon you can do something with those?
Oh, definitely.
Well, once you've done what are those? 4-year-old bets. There you go. Once you've got those nailed through, give me a shout.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got a metal catcher army.
Oh, we like that.
But get through those first.
Yeah, if you have too much at once.
Yeah, it just gets plastic. You know, it gets in the plastic mounting, doesn't it?
Yeah. Nice one, thanks, bud.
No worries at all, matey. They're only going to sit in a box with me, so they might as well get painted and played with.
Well, he's a bit gutted now because the rest of the club aren't there on Saturday. Tomorrow, well, this weekend.
Because it's salute, or?
Well, no, two of the guys have gone down South Cornwall way. Another one's doing something else, so it would just be me, him, and this other lad. But
you're at salute.
I'm at salute. He had his chance to come.
He had his chance.
And he turned it
Gary,
down.
to get his attention, put question at the front. Why? What's Gary after? What's the best glue to use when sticking plastic ruins to XPS foam? No more nails is the very best glue. Yeah, for that, because it doesn't melt the polystyrene, but it does adhere them. To be truthful, I've got away with using PVA. Yeah.
I like we've talked about this ages ago, but I like, for that specific thing, I use the Gorilla Glue PVA.
Yeah.
Does
that expand up?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. Not really. It's not too bad. It's got the extra additive in it, which makes it slightly yellow, but then it clears. When it dries, it clears. But it's a lot stronger, I found, when especially doing it breaks the foam before it breaks the bond. Yeah,
I mean, PVA you will get away with. As long as you put a reasonable amount down, it's a decent joint and it dries.
And usually dilute.
Yeah.
Don't dilute it.
What you can do, is you can give the foam a skim, a quick rub down of filler. Okay, and if you put filler on it, then you can spot hot glue it as well. I wouldn't use hot glue on foam without the filler on, otherwise it will melt the foam and it will melt away from what it's trying to stick. It doesn't work. But if you put filler over it, you can get away with with using a hot glue, mate. They are. Do you ever have problems with the wall spackle stuff not sticking? Mine tends to lift off. It is fairly wet, so I don't want to make it more wet. It's one of those things that, while it's wet, it's wet. You know what I mean? You've just got to go gentle. That's why generally when I'm working with filler or spackle, I'll use wet fingers and glide over it.
Yeah,
so I'm not actually, my fingers aren't actually getting stuck to the filler, if you know what I mean. Smear it down and smooth it off with wet fingers.
Yeah,
and then that way,
wet fingers, just like you would if you're working with green stuff or anything like that.
Yeah, just stops it sticking to actual fingers.
You get a decent amount of pressure that you don't get when you're applying it down as well.
Yeah, these ones. Right. Let's get some of these out.
You could also put a layer of some sort of tacky glue first.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Make it stick up. Not like that space glue, but
no.
Some PVA.
Yoo-hoo or something like that.
Yeah, Yoo-hoo's quite a good one.
Yeah.
Just a very
PVA will do you, mate.
Yeah,
if you're really concerned, a bit of filler on it first and what you call it, or a bit of paint, and a bit of hot glue. Just seal the foam before you glue onto it and it'll be fine. Okay, I'm missing some more here. Larissa's doing my fundraising for me. Thank you, Larissa. I will check the phone in the minute. Yeah, and we are saving up to sort of improve this live streaming from the studio. So it's not done off this, like, the laptop, which is...
The laptop has still got
It's still
well,
doing.
I need to check that they've still got that one I sent you a link to in stock, actually.
Yeah, we'll have to have a
If not,
nose.
we'll have to revisit the spec.
I'm sure we can. Right, that's that one done. Still have a feeling that there's more somewhere. I'm sure I had some sci-fi buildings. I disagree with Tim, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, depends on the volume and how you're gluing it. Yeah, I appreciate what you're saying about roughing it up to allow the PVA to key into it. But that's pretty honest if you're doing something flat. Yeah, if you're talking about gluing
surface, if you're talking about an edge.
Yeah, if you're talking about an edge,
edges are pretty rough anyway on plastic.
Well, it's not just that. What you get is a situation where the PVA curves around the edge, and so you're not just on the glue bottom surface; it's actually gripping from multiple sides. So I mean, to be perfectly honest, I've never used anything but standard raw PVA. Yeah, my standard PVA to glue plastic buildings to foam hills. Now, there's lots of other things, and people will say you can do it in a better way, but generally, once the PVA's on and it's stuck, it's only got to hold it in place while you put your filler, your texturing on, the painting on. After that, you put your sealing in it and all that. By the time all that's gone onto it,
it's just like, it's just making the surface a bit stickier than the bare plastic.
That's
all. And it will work.
You'll be fine with PVA, mate. You'll be fine. How much Toblerone have you got left? None. It's gone.
Hey. Just in time for Easter.
Oh, don't you start. Well, he almost gave me diabetes with that one. Right, so what have we got in here? Because we've got all sorts.
Isn't this that stuff you were building a few months ago? Before Christmas?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's any of the foreground stuff in here. No, there isn't. It's just the
Palisades and stuff.
Yeah.
The fort.
The fort that I need to have a play with. It's getting warm in here. And it's getting warm for me. Right, so.
It's been cold all day.
Have you?
Yeah. Pretty chilly today out there.
You won't be cold in here. Right, air hills. What we got here? Right. I don't even know what's in there. What's this one? Right, that's the foreground fort and some Sarissa stuff. What have we got in here? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, that's foreground. That can go there. Do you want to slide that under there and just put it under the table for me, please, mate? Thank you. Alright, they can go back there. Right, I've got to somehow arrange all this into a table.
This is lovely, lovely stuff.
It is, but I've still got to figure out how I'm going to make a table out of it.
Especially the beautiful little lights. Somebody was asking about these, weren't they, the other week?
Brian, conceptual design. Islands, rocks floating in the air. Yeah. How to suspend them. Yeah, a lot of people will go clear acrylic. You've got to get toughened, otherwise it'll snap. Okay. Also, if you're going to go for the clear acrylic technique, don't do one stand. Yeah, do 3 like a tripod. Yeah, it'll increase your base size, but it'll be far more stable. What you tend to find, yeah, is that whenever anyone makes these floating islands, they put them on one sort of stick. And then what happens is someone's playing,
it doesn't take much
nudges
to
it, and you get a tumble. Yeah, so straight off, if you are going with the acrylic rods, yeah, my recommendation is up it. Yeah. Don't do 1, do 3 per.
Three's
unless it's a small island or something like that, like a scatter piece. But even then, you're going to be knocking them over, mate. Okay, so just be aware of that. I mean, other than that, you can try some clever stuff with magnets. I've seen some interesting floating stuff.
Yeah, there was some. We had it on the terrainiacs group, didn't we?
Yeah.
A few months ago. Somebody doing some stuff with that.
Mel's 20 kilos of Toblerone. It wasn't 20. It was 4.5 kilos.
Still Toblerone.
Right.
Has it done that trick that you hear when you're a lad about some lad got locked in a cupboard under the stairs with a box of cigars, and his dad wouldn't let him out because he caught him smoking until he smoked all of them.
And then
he never smoked again.
Doesn't work like that. You get a hell of a habit if your dad does that.
Oh, cheers, Mr. Kennedy. £5
Oh,
super
thank
chat.
you.
Very good of you.
Oh, I hate this bit.
There's the keyboard.
Go on, there you go.
And the mouse. We'll stick in Mr. Kennedy as one
of
the heroes.
Nice one. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Oh, I'll check PayPal quickly, see if we've got any others. We've had one. And we've had a quid from our Dan M. Get him on the screen. Thank you, Dan. PayPal taking its time. Remember, guys, you are supporting the studio here. You know what I mean? All the money that comes in through this goes specifically on Tech Kit. Had some money left after buying some games on Humble Bumble. Nice one, buddy. Thank you. Yeah. If you're wondering what your last chunk of cash went on. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm taking to salute. It's that big and technical, it scares me. I've spent literally a day trying to figure out. You should see the settings.
So I am going with him. He's carrying the camera on like a tripod type frame, and I'm carrying him. Like those things you see baby carriers.
I mean, a little bit.
Be like Kawatu off, what's it called?
Total Recall.
Total Recall, yeah.
But yeah, this is what you got last time. Now, this should have been something. I looked at second hand. The cheapest I can find these is 600 quid. Yeah, and we got it for 350. Massive thanks, yeah, to Pete Harrison from the Wargamer. Yeah, it's his missus's camera.
Yeah, she's a professional photographer.
Yeah.
She said, yeah.
So I got a bargain on that.
Beautiful piece of kit.
Thank you guys. Yeah, you're the ones that made this happen, and I can tell you. Yeah, it records, the image records, yeah, twice what they do, twice the quality.
And they're good quality.
Yeah, so you'll be getting better quality videos. It'll allow me to do much closer, up close work, and it sounds better. So we're on a winner, eh? It's a Master Blaster. It is a Master Blaster. Hey, Dave, don't apologise.
What's he apologising for? Don't apologise.
Dude, don't apologise, man. It's cool.
We're pleased that you've contributed. A tip for the future: if you've got PayPal, though,
yeah, hit the
PayPal's
PayPal.
a better way to go for gifts or donations in the future, because YouTube takes quite a hefty whack out of those super chats. But every penny is appreciated, dude.
Right, we want some sort of central area, don't we?
You see, the thing is, while Mal has a little think, when everybody gives a donation, you think you're just giving it to the terrain tutor and for him to do his stuff. But it's not. It's actually a donation to the whole community, because we're the ones who watch his videos. We're the ones who take all the information from him. Yeah, he buys him some stuff, but not much.
I buy sweeties with it.
Yeah. He's only allowed a pound bag, though. Pound bag special.
Hey, yeah, but those gumballs, they can last you a while on those pound bags.
One of everlasting gobstoppers. Yeah, so anything you donate, you're actually donating to the whole terrainiacs community, and that's why everyone says thank you.
Because you are supporting everyone, you know.
You're supporting everybody's hobby, because we all benefit from it, because it all gets put back into the tutorials.
Oh, the sweet smell of laser cut.
Yeah, they smell nicer than the usual smoked salmon.
Yeah, I do. Let's start putting these into some sort of conceptual. Right, I want some stairs there. This is the worst bit about terrain making. Yeah, when someone sends you a loads of bits and says, make something beautiful out of that. Yeah, all right then. All right, yeah, I can do that.
It's quite tricky because you haven't started from ground up.
No, it's not my idea. I've got these components and I have to rearrange them into something that
like
will be. Yeah.
But you haven't got the box to work from in the first place.
Do you know that Frostgrave one? Yeah, this process on that Frostgrave build, my big snowy hillside, I did a similar thing on that. It took about 5 days. for me to work out what I was actually going to build with the pieces and how to fit them down.
So I can believe it. It's taken me days when I've built all the buildings for like a 40k game or a zombie game of how am I going to set out this table ready for us to do whatever campaign or
what we're going to do.
Just to do that, not to have it as a permanent display board, just for a while, almost, or a couple of games.
It's like a jigsaw.
He needs to buy Oz a green ducky. Yeah, he does need his own green ducky.
Listen, there's no point buying Oz a green ducky. He'll only chew it up and then there'll be green bits in his poo for the next month, like always.
Does Oz eat it as well?
Yeah. He chews it he nibbles it.
Oh, God,
he nibbles it into lots of little bits and he works it into, and he always leaves the head till last. Yeah, so at some point I'll be wandering through the house and it'll be like, I'll spot the head of a plastic toy and it's like, right.
Is it Oz or is the Mafia bin? It's the Stoke Mafia bin.
You can guarantee, yeah.
Probably about another hour eternal.
Yeah, about another hour. Maybe a little bit longer. We're just sort of playing around with ideas and that sort of stuff. Like I say, I've got to come up with this concept. And I've got to come up with how I'm going to hide all these cracks. Oh, people at the foreground. Look at that for construction. Oh,
shoddy. Isn't that just the corner getting in the way there? Isn't it that?
I don't know.
It looks like it's stopping at the top. So you might be able to
swap it out for another bit.
Yeah.
But he will be happy. I'm always happy. Oz is always. Are those bits for the Stalingrad table or there's some sort of ruined town? It's not. They're the Stalingrad kits from Foreground. It's not specifically a Stalingrad table because I've got some sci-fi buildings there that he wants. That they want me to incorporate on it. Yeah. Remember, Mel, I have dog-proof duckies here for Oz as well as home. So one day I will send them to you. Look.
Metal ones.
Yeah. Oz has had umpteen indestructible chew toys. Yeah. They're just slower for him to chew.
Luna's favourites. Do you know those figure of 8 ropes? Got the cross of plastic in the middle.
Yeah.
She adores chewing that plastic to bits. Sometimes you'll find bits that you stand on in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And then other times she just eats the stuff. You're like, mad. So you wouldn't think we fed it.
There's a dog for you. Dogs are always hungry. Dogs will eat until they die.
She does that. She eats until she's sick.
Yeah. If you put food in front of the dog, they will just continue to eat and eat. Something in their makeup, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right,
pigs, that's what it is. Mind, we've all been there, done that. All you can eat buffet.
Oh God, yeah.
Don't know when to stop.
Carry
me to the car.
Been there.
Buy Oz a real living ducky then.
No.
I used to have a YouTube channel very long time ago, but it's hidden in the YouTube ether.
I might dig it out. I might go searching for it.
If you can find it.
Right, what we got? We got a couple more. So we're starting to get a few buildings here. Yeah. And seeing what I can realistically put together on these things. So how many we got? 1, 2, 3. That's an interesting one. We got a nice tenement there. That's quite a big one though, isn't it?
No, that's quite good though, because you want perhaps a big piece that's
we
centerpiece.
We haven't got anything that stands out as a
a
doorway to it. I mean, it's got that little doorway there, so that
need more than one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so that doesn't work.
I mean, you've got another small piece that is a doorway.
I'm just wondering if we could perhaps cap that. And if we cap that with a corner piece, that would allow us to reuse that one. Yeah, which would make that more reasonable. It'd make it look like a tenement block. So if we keep looking, that's similar style, but not in the same way. We've got no other door pieces anywhere around there, so that's the only door piece we have. So you see something like that. We've got any corners? That's a corner, but I don't know. It won't fit there. No, it's the wrong orientation for there. Bugger.
I can't see anymore unless you can have one of something else.
I can grab one off something else, but...
Well, have you got one of the... you've got that. It's an open-ended corner.
Yeah. So, That throw on, will that fit on there?
Should do, 'cause it fits
Yeah,
on
that'll
that's
work
the
there.
same
That
piece,
works nice. And that pulls us this one across. Any tips on painting European MDF church kits? Paint them off the sprue first, mate, before you put the kits together. I've got a video on MDF tips. Go check that out. I think it's in the quick and simple tips. Just search terrain shooter MDF tips. You'll find it. Will you put any scratch bit buildings on that table? Yeah. My idea will be to use these main buildings as the main structure, and then when I was talking to Foreground, what I said I'd do is I'd do a lot of work on weathering, battle damage, making rubble, that sort of stuff. What size board? It's going to be a 6x4. Yeah, modular, which should be interesting. That's going to make it even more interesting.
What are you going to do? Mount them onto 2x2 boards?
I've got 2x2 boards down there from Foreground. I've got some of their unwalkable boards.
So they can...
Yeah, Foreground make these boards. They're not actually 2x2 though. I think they're just shy of 2x2.
Yeah, they're smaller, aren't they? Is it 22 inches or something?
Yeah, it's something like that. But basically, we're basically laser cut sheets that interlock, and what you get is one of these. Now this is all MDF. Yeah, but yeah, the damn thing is damn nigh unbreakable. I've given it the best shot. Yeah, and they don't warp either. They're perfectly flat because obviously they're a 3D structure, not
the crossband. They don't.
Yeah, so I've got 6 of these that I'll be mounting it on. So I've got also work in a way that it mounts onto them. Yeah, which is going to be an interesting one. What I might have to do is, I don't think I'm going to get away with placing buildings directly onto the board, so I might have to put recesses onto them.
Well, you might be able to use, if these, are they hollow?
Yeah.
These?
Yeah.
No, they're not quite.
No, they've got braces across.
Oh, right. It's a shame because you could have pegged into them, couldn't you?
I could have, but I'm thinking foam on top.
Oh, yeah.
Build like a walkway.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that's 3mm on that base, so I'd have to do something with that. But, yeah, I reckon I can figure it. These are the challenges that get thrown at you as a terrain maker. You work them out. So we've got that one right. We've got a few more bits here. I don't really fancy making up, what you call it, lots of one piece made out of lots of little bits. So if we just add them in to a few places, and we'll see what we can come up with. All right, got a few stairs. That's a nice window, so we can bring that one round there. It'll be a hell of a street fight game. You winning? No, that's a corner. So where can we use that corner? Where's completely straight? The more angles that you've got in a building, the better.
Can put it there.
Yeah, we've already got a corner on this one, so that would essentially finish that off. But we've got no door into there. We've got a door there, so if we put that one there, or put that one there, because that would be access to the stairs. Yeah, that one works. That leaves us with these. We can just, a few of these, obviously, I'm going to need bits of scatter for edging, so I'll probably push these to one side. Right. Now what? Write your book, Mel. We've got to get Dave Taylor's book done first. Magnet mounts. Magnet mounts could work.
You could perhaps put another piece at the end of this just to give it a bit more depth.
Yeah.
One here.
Well, what we're going to want to do is we've got these sci-fi buildings as well.
Oh yeah, these are nice. I don't think you've shown these on stream before. Especially the little lights. Somebody was asking about the little lights before.
Let's have a look what we've got. Now, so I've got to do something with these. Oh, sci-fi buildings. Just became a patron. Oh, nice one, Tina. Thank you.
Nice one, Tina. Thanks very much.
Thanks so much for your great videos and ideas that help me and my oldest son to do something together that we can both enjoy. That's brilliant,
That's
Tina.
exactly what it's about.
That's love it, Tina. Thank you, and I'm glad it's great. You know, it's helping you and your oldest son connect a bit and do a bit together.
It's always hard finding something to do with those older boys, especially boys.
Yeah, but you think about the innuendos in my videos, and he's sitting there with his mum.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, darling. I'm sorry about that.
Quite a reasonably clean channel, it has to be said. Innuendos, you can't get away from it, especially if you're British.
Yeah,
It's one of the mainstays of our humour.
It is, isn't it? Innuendo.
Just look at any
sarcasm in innuendo.
Any comedy show that's on.
They can even have politicians like innuendo.
Oh yeah. Well, Boris is an innuendo.
Boris is an innuendo of his own.
He's a walking innuendo.
Gosh, Boris.
Bless him.
I remember seeing his dad. Yeah, at some watch club being interviewed. Yeah, and his dad. You can tell it's Boris's dad. Yeah, and they ask him, what do you attribute Boris's success to? And he says, his hair. He's got lovely hair.
You can tell his brother as well. They are peas in a pod.
I haven't never seen his brother.
I think his brother's a politician as well. Quite possibly, or he's something to do with that field.
Right, so there's another one, another little one. Anything in there? Oh, crates.
Oh, lovely.
They're nice sci-fi crates as well.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, Foreground do nice crates. They do really nice detailing, to be truthful.
Yeah, I like the keypad.
So if we're thinking something like a ruined city, what we want is some sort of research post in it with the sci-fi buildings. Like the scientists are investigating what's happened here.
Yeah, because these are like prefabs, aren't they? They come in and knock up for an investigation type thing. And like they used to build McDonald's.
Colonial sci-fi very much, isn't it? Yeah, so we can do a small encampment.
What's we got?
Okay.
What about it?
I think I have an idea for the foreground, guys. Oh, we've got more stuff here. What are these? Storm shutters.
Ooh.
They're nice. They're shiny.
Yeah.
Ladders.
So
we've got 5 sci-fi buildings.
And my favourite thing, I'll show you these.
You really like those.
I love these. Sad, isn't it? Sad when you become a terrainiac, the things that make you happy. Lots of different lights, like emergency lights or emergency lighting or warning lights, signal lights, the ones that you typically see on a wall. Should we get one out? Oh, we like these as well. I've got rid of those. Yeah,
they're nice lights. I hope you're less than 12 minutes from the stop. From what stop? Oh, gotta catch the 3:30. Oh, well, run! Run, William, run!
Run, rabbit, run.
Call in, you feel sick, cough, cough. Tina, stop leading him astray.
Yeah, so there's those sorts.
Important day at Makerspace. Oh, Will, get going then. Yeah, ruined, overgrown city. Overgrown rubble.
Yeah.
And then yes, now we're thinking.
She started that sort of thing with your zombie board.
But we didn't go the full. Yes.
Because there was that one that we've been seeing on the Facebook group.
Yeah.
That guy's done that's really good, super overgrown.
That
post-apocalyptic one.
There's also Steve from Dark Ops. Yeah. When they first got into Drop Zone Commander, they did an awesome board. That was before they got into doing their own laser cut stuff. That was all block kit.
Yeah.
But they really did it nice and overgrown. All right,
Well, that's a good way. See, overgrown. I was thinking that you'd make the good thing you can do with MDF kits like this, as Mal, I'm sure will tell you, is you can either accentuate the cracks where they go together and make it a feature, or you can cover them with vines in an overgrown vine situation. And the latter is always better.
This video is unavailable. That's the 3rd time in a row. I can see the comments, but no video or audio. Well, I've got no idea, mate. I'm not controversial. Can you put a photo of those lights on the Facebook group? Jace, would you mind just taking... Can you do that for me?
I'll give you a selection. Let's get over in the light.
Right, yeah, so overgrown, that works. Yeah, so what we'd have is we'd probably have some sort of square, wouldn't we? Yeah, the scientists could be there wondering why the civilization has collapsed. Now, whenever I do my tables...
Oh, you know what we need to do? We didn't do.
Oh, yeah, we've got to get Dan N on.
We've put Dan N on, but we haven't put Tina P on.
We haven't, have we?
With her...
Oh, and we need Sam D. 5 British nuggets from Sam D. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, keep up the great content, man. Can't wait to see you at Salute on Saturday. 12:30 at the foreground stand, dude. I'll look forward to seeing you. Right, better take a good look at his photo. Because otherwise he'll wander up and I'll have no idea it's happened before. Yeah?
Yeah, make sure you introduce yourselves.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. It's such and such from patron, you know, because... Don't you remember your name's on the screen to me most of the time, guys? You know what I mean?
Pretty much the only person who doesn't need to introduce herself is Tamsin because we know her.
Yeah, we know Tam.
We can't miss Tamsin.
She's tall, Tam, isn't she?
I can't remember.
Oh, you can't really after that. You can't remember.
I'm not sure I've met Tam actually. No,
you haven't met Tam, have you? No,
I've met lots of others.
No, Tam's sound.
But we know Tam's Facebook profile because we stalk her every week, don't we?
You may, I don't.
It was her birthday.
Happy birthday!
There we go. Yesterday, was it?
It was yesterday.
There we go. 21 again.
I found out it was my wedding anniversary on the 11th.
Oh.
Kez reminded me. She suddenly remembered. 18 years.
Not long, is it? Did you get married in 2000 as well then?
Yeah.
I was just March the 24th. 18 years.
April the 11th.
Oh,
bloody hell, not far apart.
Where was yours? Where was the church? Which church?
We got married in Oswestry.
Oh, well, we were Cockshut.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, so down the road.
Yeah, well, you know what?
We had Hill Valley as our.
Did you?
Yeah.
You know the big church, the parish church.
Yeah.
Not in the centre of Oswestry, the one on Salop Road.
Yes, on the way out.
Yeah. Well, I used to live in the flat opposite it. Yeah. And at the time, I was working as a care assistant. Yeah. And an old people's home a couple of doors down. And this one day, it was a Sunday, and one of the clients wanted to go to church. So I took her to church. Yeah, I took her in the wheelchair, took her around to church. And it's the first time I've been in a church, other than weddings, christenings and funerals, for an actual service for like, God knows.
Yeah, since you were a kid probably.
Yeah, since I was a kid, before the army, in fact. Yeah. And then, the vicar turned around, and I was getting into making websites. It was just the start of the web. The vicar turned around and he was asking for help with the parish website. And I thought, what are the chances? The one day I come in, and that's the thing I'm interested in. I was really interested in it at the time, and it's the one thing I'm interested in. Yeah, and I've been put in this situation. Yeah, I'm a bit weird like that. When things like that happen, I always make a point of, all right, let's take advantage of it. Let's do it. Yeah, and so I chatted with him. Yeah, Alex, the vicar was called, and he ended up doing as a freebie for our wedding.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I did our wedding for free because I built the church's website for him. He was sound. He was a motorbiker. He left the Church of England to become a padre in the British Army. Yeah, he was a motorbiker. Yeah, and he once told me this story. Yeah, about how he was going along, and he'd come off on his bike. On this BMW bike of his, yeah, and he'd gone sliding down the road, and as he'd gone sliding down the road, this truck had come round the corner, yeah, and he thinks, that's it, I'm gone, and he's spinning it, he's going,
can't stop yourself,
straight under the truck stops, with the truck's wheel pinning his helmet to the ground, just enough to pin it, and because he's actually looking, but because it flipped him, he was looking back up the road, away from the truck. Yeah, and behind him, out of this little car, come 4 paramedics who just finished their shift and were literally behind him and come belting up towards. Didn't get a scratch, nothing wrong to him. And I just turned around to him and said, look, I don't want to take the mick out of your religion or anything like that, but in that situation, do you look up and go, thanks, boss?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a reason that I do what I do,
Yeah.
and you're in.
Yeah.
And obviously
Cheers,
you want me
boss.
to do it for a bit longer.
So if we were to put these on something like a raised stand, perhaps.
Yeah, these could be
On a raised platform with some sort of light.
All come pre-coloured, these do as well, as you can see them.
Yeah. Our foreground are all pre-coloured stuff. Yeah, it's nice stuff because I'll tell you the thing that I really like about foreground kits. Yeah, and I'm not being one of those who like
sycophants.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I like about foreground kits is they're like a project on their own because they're so bloody. I mean, don't get me wrong. You need to get a commission done or get something done quick. Don't buy foreground. Yeah, because the amount of bits and every wall's made up of like 3 or 4 sections. You know, I mean these are 1, 2, 3, 4 sections just to make up a window.
But if you want customization,
yeah, I mean the windows in the windows in that Norman church I did, they were 13 separate laser cut elements per window. Yeah, that you slotted into the window slot. So that's the one thing I really like about the foreground stuff.
Foreground kits are the ones that you move on to when you're sick of, well, not sick, but you've seen enough of the standard basic stuff.
Yeah.
There are really good basic producers out there. Our friend John.
There's loads.
TT Combat.
Dark Ops.
Dark Ops. Dark Ops
Burnt in Designs.
Slightly step up Dark Ops are.
The same with Burnt in Designs.
Yeah,
they're a little bit more.
Range. Yeah. Foreground at the top.
Then again, Dark Ops ships range. They sort of Dark Ops, yeah. They sort of last salute, yeah. I was talking to Steve about it, and they took a decision. Dark Ops did on what to take to salute. They decided they'd just take their ships, and they sold out, flattened. And ever since then, they've been making ships. And I'll tell you what, some of their galleons and stuff like that, they're beautiful kits. Dark Ops are doing.
Cool.
But I like the foreground ones because they're projects in their own right. And because
and it makes it so customizable.
Yeah.
No 2 boards are the same, effectively. And this new Lincoln stuff is genius.
So if we bring that down.
This modular room.
Yeah. I mean, the modularity of it. So we could put that to there. That would give us enough room around there.
This picture.
That one could go there. I want to get some sort of. I want some back alleys in it as well. One of the problems. I mean. It's very easy to very quickly, build up density with these buildings, but I've got to be careful that it remains playable, and I drop them in such a way that I'm able to actually lay them out and do them properly. I remember this one time I fell off a garden wall and I landed about a foot away from a hedgehog. Oh, dude! He was a lucky fella. Tell me about it. Fred's looking different. Yeah, Fred's looking a lot younger. Fred isn't with us today. Fred's actually he had a hospital appointment for his other hand for the operation on.
Oh yes, that's not far away, is it?
No, it's coming soon. So we need to keep an eye. I need to keep an eye on him. Make sure he's all right. Right, if we drop this one over here, and we're going to go over. We're definitely going to go overgrown with this. I like that idea. I really like that idea. Whichever one of you was the one to suggest it. Thank you. If we put that one there, that'll make a hell of a building. I might have to get a few more of these off foreground and build them up. It just depends on the density we get.
Well, you perhaps grab some up on this weekend.
Saying that, they've probably got them on the stand. All I'll do is I'll run past, grab the buildings they've got and do one. Cheers! Ledgers! I've done that before now. I've literally walked past foreground stand and just robbed it. Quite happily.
Right, the picture of the lights that people wanted is on the terrainiacs Facebook group. Done and done. Done and done.
So.
This gives you a perfect opportunity as well to show that you do see a lot when people are building like urban terrain, that it gets put at all sorts of strange angles. You go and look at any map on Google Maps of actual satellite view and you'll see that it's very much, uniform square rectangle shapes to building plans. So
Well,
this would have been a square.
If it's Milton Keynes. Yeah. Anywhere else in England, bloody hell, you've got roads coming from all different directions.
But the buildings in city centres tend to be fairly uniform. Tend to be squares and rectangular areas, not things going at a diagonal.
Yeah.
You might have curves.
So I reckon it may need a little jutting around.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And the square is a perfect central focal point for any game.
Yeah.
It shows off as well the coloured terrain.
And then if we drop a few smaller elements in with rubble piles, yeah, then we can definitely get the overgrown look, I think. But it's definitely coming together with what we're looking for. I could drop that one to there, take that one off there. I will give that to there. Oh, no, we need a corner on that one, don't we? We really do need a corner, but that extends. No, it's not.
We could take this one.
I'll tell you what, we could drop that off. Drop that one off there. Like that.
Yeah, that looks nice. That splits that up. It also, symmetry is always a good thing when you find something like this. So if you look at that building over there, has a jutted piece. This building's got a jutted piece, so it makes it.
Yeah, that'll drop onto there.
Have you got the other camera going?
I have got the other camera going.
There.
Yeah, go click it. Scene 2.
There we go.
Yeah.
Welcome to the table.
Welcome to the table, folksicles. Let's just move that around just a little so you can see what we're looking at. There we go. So yeah. I mean, we can shuffle it a couple of inches that way, obviously. Spread it out a little bit more. I like the overgrown look. I was really struggling with the vision, you know what I mean, of what this will end up being. Yeah. And then that way we can move that up that way. That works.
It frames.
Yeah.
That's the key thing you want. You want to frame your centre piece.
Yeah. That works.
That's looking very nice.
We'll need to shuffle it about a bit, I think.
Yeah, just to get it when you've got the boards on as well, because you won't have as much space as you've got on this.
No.
Quite.
And we'll have to figure out where things need to go on it, but
so the boards can be separated.
The idea of having a research platform drop down in an old ruined square, yeah, and then the overgrown city around it will work really well. A couple of little extra buildings just in a couple of corners.
Will they all fit on one of those boards? That centre display.
Theoretically, they should, yeah, but I mean it'll be centre, won't it?
But then you don't have to have it centre. If you stick that on,
well, you're talking about bringing
it could be on the edge of the town.
Yeah,
if you make that as one board, that can be anywhere then.
I appreciate what you're saying, but if I bring this space here, yeah, then what I'm essentially doing is saying I've got to build up the density around here. By slapping that slap bang in the middle, I force everything else out because of the square in the middle, which allows me to essentially skim around it and frame it in buildings. If this comes down to here,
you're only too wide, aren't you?
Yeah, if I bring this down to here, I've got to get multiple buildings back there. Yeah, and I don't think I can do that.
No.
Not with what I've got. You know, I could probably do that with, you know, if I had more buildings, but then I'm going to have to put them together.
No, it won't work because I was thinking it was 3 wide. So you
no. What's your no? It's 2. No, it's 2. So this will have to straddle the middle one. Yeah, which won't be a problem. Yeah, because I can sort that sort of stuff with the idea of buildings dressed around the edge. Yeah, and that idea of the really heavy grown vines in and out of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What you could do, if you want to we can put the 6 on and you can see how it looks having to split it up. Because this might be a problem. You have to be careful how that fits together with the boards.
We're going to have crossover anyway, so I think that this is a conversation for me and Ben at Salute, I think. On whether he wants them fixed to the boards or whether he doesn't mind them. I mean, theoretically, we'd only actually have to have the middle ones floating, wouldn't we? Because the others could be stuck to the board, and then you could just drop that one in on the crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then push the boards together to make them go modular. But yeah, I like the layout. I definitely think this idea of
overgrown.
Yeah, of overgrown.
I really go to town on it.
Yeah, massive overgrown.
Leave this bit nice and clean in the middle.
Yeah.
but then everything as though it's like a jungle almost.
Yeah, that works. That works really well. I like that idea.
You get more vine play.
Oh.
We like vine play.
Oh God. I've got to put up with these jokes all weekend. You don't snore, do you?
Depends how drunk I get.
You're not getting drunk. You're not snoring. I'll tell you what. If I don't get sleep before salute, me and you are going to fall out.
I don't snore normally.
I'm going to bring one of those do not disturb little blindfold. Yeah. That is an American.
Earplugs. You off, cat?
Just did that unavailable thing to me as well. Is
Take care,
YouTube playing up tonight? See you later, cat. But I will live. I'm sure you will live, Larissa. Oh, Tim's talking about something I don't know. Right, a quick check of the phone. Yeah, I reckon we've got a goer on here. Right, I'm not missing. Oh, Lee from Warpainter. Oh, bloody hell, that's a long message, dude. Absolutely massive message. Oh, Dean's going to be there. Right, no more PayPals.
Do foreground do vehicles?
No, they don't. Well, they do that. They've got a little cart they made once, but they don't do cars and that sort of stuff. But they know enough people. But yeah, I reckon this is doable as a design. We push that back a bit. I mean, it's whether we go at 45 degrees or whether we go at 30 degrees. If we go at 30 degrees, then that will put the square more longitudinally, but it'd be easier to do. Because otherwise what you get is if you put the square slap bang in the middle at 45 degrees, yeah, you're left with edging.
You're left with difficulties elsewhere.
Yeah, whereas if we drop it to 30 degrees, there's a lot more play with that. And I can keep the square roughly in the centre. Yeah. Yeah, that's looking better. That idea. It'll be easier to drag the smaller bits out. Oh, the base needs some sort of access. A landing pad, road cleared or rubble. Road clear of rubble and growth. Yeah, that would make sense. I could certainly fill up some space, and I'm sure they've got a landing pad.
I think they do a landing pad or like a helipad.
Now, when it comes to building tables for foreground, I pretty much have free reign on their kit. Yeah, i.e. if I want something to add to the table, I can generally just go, give them an email and say, can you ship me up? Yeah, so we can definitely get some extra bits for this. I'd like to pick up a couple more Stalingrad buildings. Yeah, because if we are going to...
if you're looking at this now, you've got a whacking great gap.
Yeah, I want...
Just even to start with.
Perhaps just 2 or 3, just as corner fillers.
Or if they've got some nice sized street furniture, like a fountain or...
Yeah, but that'd be central. I need to pack out certain corners.
I mean, you could have something in that corner. You could make a little sort of vista or square.
Well, the lads will be down at Salute tomorrow. Yeah, so what I'll do is I've got Ben's mobile number. I'll give him a bell.
Yeah, because they'll be down there setting up, won't they? Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're pretty much set up, and then they're in the hotel bars from 9. And getting drunk with Beasts of War and everyone else like that. YouTube. Is YouTube still?
Yeah, they've got 10
Take 2 photos, top down, and do a compare side by side to see which is better. Generally, I go by feel. It's a weird one with me. I mean, a lot of you will know this, but I look at things, and if they don't feel right, they get changed.
Yeah, aesthetics. Like on the trenches with the bunkers.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Things like that. Things get ripped out and that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? It's just...
I'm not sure if they're all 10 though.
No, they'll have 15mm versions, but yeah.
Some nice futuristic ones there.
I'm just wondering whether we could put some buildings on that. That platform idea.
Oh, like, yeah. Or like it like on the top of like Batman-esque or
Yeah.
Superman-esque, have a helipad on the top of the
Yeah,
building.
yeah, something like that.
So that's quite nice, that one.
We'll have to do some browsing in their stands, and if we see anything on the display boards, we'll just take it. Thank you, Larissa. I'm guessing since their catalogue is in dollars, I have no idea what Tim's talking about. None whatsoever. Right, quick check of the PayPals. Make sure I'm not missing anyone. No, I'm not missing anyone. Oh, Dave. My mate David is what you call it. This kid's bust his wrist. Hope he's okay. You in the chat, Dave? Just in the off chance. You're welcome. They make good terrain. Okay. I have no idea. I have to go in a bit. Bye. Catch you later, nerd. So yeah, I think we've got a plan for this now. I know what I'm doing. The next job will be, I've got the boards to construct. I'll have to get some stuff from Foreground. I'll have to get some more foam flocks and stuff from them. Yeah, so yeah, I can use their scenic products on their board. Yeah, because it's their board. Yeah, but other than that, if you put in the research station in an old square, the remains of whatever used to be in the square, benches, fountains, whatever. Put the remains of whatever used to be in the square, benches, fountains. Where's the rest of that comment, Adam?
Yeah, so rather than having a standing fountain, have a destroyed fountain. Or,
yeah, something.
Or like a little fenced off park. Something like that. Central park.
Do you want sweet?
Oh, right, thanks.
Yeah.
Because it does scream out town centre, doesn't it?
It does.
City centre.
It does. The next question is, right, we're doing overgrown. So what else can I demo? We do roads.
Yeah, car park.
Pavements. Car park's a good way of filling some space. We could do that on a corner.
A car park's good.
Mm.
Because planning part of car park is something the channel would probably like to see, because it's how do you plan it out and draw it out and put in the lines and stuff.
Yeah. So roads, Central Park, overgrown.
It doesn't look like a castle, though, does it really?
There's no bloody moat. Calm down. We were talking about Hudson and Allen terrain. I've never heard of them. Yeah, we're going to have the debris from the research station, aren't we?
Oh, you could build a subway entrance.
Yeah.
And just have it like giving the impression that there's a subway entrance here.
Mm-hmm.
That would be quite a nice thing. Yeah, a tube station.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, something like that. Or a real big project and build yourself a tram.
Oh, poor kid.
Yeah, we were
for
just
a
saying
crack of a wrist.
Oh, God almighty.
Ah.
What's he hit that with a sledgehammer?
I don't know. He did it proper, didn't he, just?
God. Yeah, we were just saying about some cars or something, but Foreground don't tend to do them, so we'll see.
We're going to have to see, but watch it. Tube is definitely a good filler. We're going to want to do a rubble mix, because essentially what we've got to do is we've got to rubble it up first, and then we've got to overgrow it afterwards.
Yeah, because there's going to be, you're looking at this been like this for at least 12 months, 6 months, or it could have been quite fresh, and the problems come from whatever's overgrowing.
Oh.
The overgrown, this has only happened a few months ago, and the overgrown is part of the reason why it's a wreck. It's destroyed the buildings.
I could squirt it all over with that expanding foam and call it something.
You could squirt it all over silly string, and then just chuck flock at it.
Throw in a bucket of flock. There you go, Foreground. Yeah. Oh, shut up with your cactus and your palm trees. I might do one charred palm tree.
Yeah, just
one charred trunk with charred leaves.
A bit of charred branches. Yeah, this was a palm tree. You missed the tutorial.
Oh, yeah.
Tough.
But no, we've got to rubble it up, so there'll be a good series on making rubble and making whatchamacallit. Basically, one of the things that I have to do when I do these projects is work out, because I mean, I can just do the project, but I've got to work out what I want to teach you and what I can use and how I can sort of isolate elements into full videos on techniques.
Yeah, it's not just about Mel needs to get paid.
Well,
it's
I mean,
about Mel needs to he's getting paid, but at the same time, that payment of doing this is helping you guys.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why he doesn't tend to do two things the same.
No, actually, I don't like doing commissions the same because I've got nothing new to show you. You know what I mean? But in the case of when I do these big projects, yeah, a bit like with all of them, but like the D-Day board. Yeah, the D-Day board came out as a series of vlogs, but there was also individual standalone tutorials. You know, things like how I did the oceans, how I did I used it for the flocking vid, and I also used it for doing how to do the rocks.
Yeah.
Cast rocks. So
same with the trenches. It's coming at the end of a series of
very much
basics. Lots of the techniques in there are in that.
Yeah, but with regards to this, so other than the boards and the vlogs, I want to get a decent rubble, sort of burnt out, sort of look going to it before I even hit it up with the flocking. Yeah, because I think that that way I can do damaged rubble. Yeah, as a technique video, and then off the back of that, I can do the overgrown one rubble. as a video. Now, if I could squeeze just one more,
it gives it that overgrown's a fantastic idea because it gives you lots of tutorials in one space.
Yeah.
Because you've got this is a rubble pile. Next, this is a vegetated rubble pile. This is an overgrown rubble pile. This is how you make it look like that.
Yeah.
Because they're very different techniques, aren't they? One's building the substructure and one's decorating it, as it were. You should try and watch a few episodes of Life Without People, which shows abandoned cities and an increasing time frame. Show you how
Life Without People.
That sounds interesting. Life After People.
Life After People. So we put that in my Google Keep.
And also I Am Legend.
Life After People. Come on, in which case let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Let's do a bit of a brainstorm. Reference material for overgrown cities.
I Am Legend, is it? The one with Will Smith. That's always a good one. Trying to think.
Come on, Life After People was good. Scrap terrain equals toy turned into statues, etc. Yeah, we can do that. Walls would be glass, not little windows. Depends if it was a Stalingrad type city.
Have you seen yet The Girl with All the Gifts?
That's the one.
The one that filmed in Hanley. Watch it. See what you can do. Do you know that bus station underneath?
That's our bus station.
That's the Hanley bus station underneath. That arcade.
Yeah.
Watch that film. It's quite a good film as well. It's quite a good
I've seen
film.
it.
That there. That's really good.
Girl with All the Gifts. Yeah.
Even though it's supposed to be London. We even say it's supposed to be London. Yeah, The Walking Dead. I found The Walking Dead doesn't tend to have too much overgrown, damaged.
No, it's
nice one, Vaxium. Shout out for Mal. I'll bring cake soon, man.
Nice, thank you, Vaxium.
Oh, we're on a scroll.
Are we on a scroll? I'll let you sort that. Do you know that broken wrist? You jumped off the sofa.
You're joking.
And did that.
You are. Listen to it. It's ridiculous. Rachel, putting my jumper on, pinched my jumper, put my jumper on, shattered a kneecap. A friend of ours who goes to.
Whoa! No! Don't. You've got to finish that story. How the hell does nicking a jumper here?
Basically, not quite a kneecap, but a cartilage. Just putting a jumper on. She must have
twisted up.
Yeah, just how she must have. She doesn't know how she did it, but that was it. She had to have surgery on it and everything. And our friend, who goes to, he's just turned 18 actually, goes to the Warhammer Club. He was on a beach with a foam dart. Do you know when a foam dart he took? Hadn't even thrown it. Wasn't even going to throw it. He's just got it in his hand.
Yeah.
And he completely shattered his knee. Completely. He's had to have a steel kneecap and everything.
What?
Absolutely shattered his knee.
Chernobyl.
House from Jumanji. Planet of the Apes is quite a good one. Yeah, the original ones and.
Yeah, Chernobyl Diaries. Planet of the Apes. Thank you, thank you. Logan's Run. House from Jumanji. Have you seen the whatchamacallit?
Yeah, I've seen a new one.
Yeah, I love
like it even more
Yeah.
than the first. Fabulous film. Really enjoyed it. Very clever what they did with it.
Be sexy. Be sexy.
Very clever what they did with it. Really enjoyed it.
Japanese town. That's not going to be overgrown enough by now, is it?
There are some abandoned ghost towns in America, but they're not quite overgrown enough, like you say.
Yeah. They're more run down than.
Yeah, there's a bit. You just see a bit of greenery in the cracks of the roads. It hasn't had a chance to overtake the rest of the place, as it were. I'm trying to think. The one that comes to mind the most is just I Am Legend, because that's.
Yeah, that's proper. So yeah, I Am Legend. We'll go down that route for the.
There is some others, but I can't remember. Lots of the zombies type things, aren't there? That are good for that sort of thing.
I can do that.
Although a lot of the zombie films, you see, when you watch a zombie movie, the vast majority are within the first 6 months.
Yeah, that's
or
the
a ground
issue,
zero type of thing. That's how they all start, rather than.
That's why I think Planet of the Apes and stuff like that. It's got a longer timeline.
Hmm.
And Chernobyl, obviously. I mean, that's realistic as well. But no, I reckon off the back of that, and the idea of doing the overgrown city will work well.
Well, let's you take that the zombie build that you did, the zombie board.
Take it the next
which
step.
you couldn't do a lot of
content
with.
Yeah.
You can do it with this instead.
Yeah.
You got to do a bit of content with it, but it wasn't probably anywhere near as much as you wanted because you were under the cost to get it done.
There's a video short on YouTube called Last Man. Okay, add that to the list. I think I've seen that. I watched that last night. Is that by Oat Studio? One of their 20-minute shorts. At the end of it, he comes across the last woman. They're really good, actually. Yeah, YouTube.
Broody, cloudy with a chance of meatballs too. Too foodish. You want post-apocalyptic? Go to Biddulph. Oh. I'm guessing Adam must come from nearby Stoke.
Yeah.
Adam McArdle.
Did I watch it? Sure, I watched it. I've watched a lot of stuff. Arch. Yeah, The Last Man. Gavin Rothery. That's it. Proper apocalypse. If you can, when it zooms out. But yeah, The Last Man, I've got that one.
Is that more post-nuclear blast than it is?
I would imagine so, yeah.
City.
I didn't think that was Oates. I don't know. What you call it? No, I don't think that was Oates, but Oates doing some really. Got onto this recently. This past week.
Yeah, you shared one I saw, which is the black hole or something.
That was a brilliant little.
Yeah, where he just printed one out of a thing.
You know what I mean? That was a really clever.
And when it just dropped at the end.
Yeah. Clever. Renker from Oates.
Centralia, Pennsylvania. Centralia, Pennsylvania.
Is that a place?
Yeah.
Centralia, Pennsylvania.
Google that.
Centralia, Pennsylvania.
Hello, Ink Pen Productions. How's Texas?
According to Wikipedia, Centralia is a borough near Ghost Town in Columbia County, Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, got some good road damage.
A lot of graffiti.
Yeah, but that's it.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill might be a good one, but a different way. That's more. Venus Trail.
Yeah.
Some people have far too much time on their hands.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that, mate. I like that a lot. Thank you.
Pripyat, the town near Chernobyl. Prypiat. I wouldn't go on then.
Pripyat, Chernobyl.
According to Wikipedia, the Chernobyl disaster.
Shut up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
do you know, I'll be
idea.
honest with you, this has been one of those projects, whenever it's one of those where someone gives me something to do something with, they're always the hardest when it comes to commissions and, you know, doing something interesting and eye-catching board.
Yeah.
Because it's very much like, you know, here are your 3 blocks, make a masterpiece. You know what I mean? You're constrained. But the idea of making it overgrown is just, boom, yeah, I can see it now. I can really see
Well,
it.
the good thing about that is you don't have to do a lot to the buildings, potentially, because, you know, you're going to just overgrow them.
Yeah, exactly, which is another benefit, isn't it? Because, I mean, one of the things I don't want to have to do is to get into a lot of work repainting these buildings. Yeah, because looking at the design of them, yeah, there's a lot of corners and, you know what I mean, bits to get into. It wouldn't be a matter of just coming along with like an airbrush or a rattle can. You know, it'd be too difficult.
Yeah.
So the idea of keeping them the original colours but going with a heavy overgrown look.
Yeah, some staining makes life a lot easier, doesn't it?
Abandoned City of Los Angeles in Terminator Salvation. Let's get that in the list.
That's Terminator Salvation. Is that the most recent one where John Connor comes back and is like some sort of magnetic Terminator or something? Or his makeup is made of some sort of magnetic alloy?
Waterworld. Oh, technically, I've said. Okay, got that one. Concept art from Wasteland 2. Okay, we'll get that on the book. But I think we've definitely got where we're going with
Nice,
this.
Satana.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think definitely we've got where we're going with this.
Tell you what, good chance for you all on the Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook or you've not joined to the terrainiacs group, get yourself over there. The Terrain Tutors terrainiacs. Get in the group and find some pictures. Don't share them. Download them to your computer and then post them up on the.
Or if one person starts a thread, just post them in the comments on the thread.
Post links on the thread.
Because otherwise, if everyone starts posting, just it'll fill the major group. So
stick on one thread. Good
whoever's
idea.
first, you start the post, and everyone else jump in underneath.
Any reference material, fine, because then there's like nearly 100 of you who can search where Mal hasn't got the time to.
Yeah. And then, oh, that's a lovely board. If you haven't checked out the Terrainiacs group, you really should. Yeah, link is in the description.
Stuff. And it's a great place to belong. You're into terrain and wargaming and railroading or whatever you're into, just into terrain. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. Cheers, Lewis.
We're looking good, aren't we? So yeah, I think we have a battle plan. Alright, next job. Take photos. Yeah. This is so when I come back in after I've packed all the buildings up, I don't have to go through it again.
You've got an idea of where you're going.
Yeah. It's as simple as that, and it does work.
Yeah, you've actually got some nice spaces that you can put some non-building
stuff
in, like a little park. Because I think they do a park set, don't they? Foreground, I think.
It depends on whether It depends on whether they need me to build it. If you see how fiddly it is, it's tiny, mate. I can see me with little bits glued to my fingers for days.
I'm pretty sure they've got a playground or something like that.
Yeah, they've got a park.
Yeah, something like that, and a car park on the outskirts. Just some nice little things to add in. Wait a week and let's see if we have real post-apocalypse.
Calm down. We don't need that.
You're trying, Lucy. You're trying. Yeah, I've heard about that. You're very trying.
No, yeah, what you call it? We'll see what happens on that.
It's not so much future ruins, is it? It's more that overgrown, which there isn't that much of a resource for. There's in some odd films, but there's not It's not a massive, because obviously it takes a hell of a long time for Hollywood to make somewhere as overgrown as that.
Yeah, it's a fair,
It's a fair old
job.
tricky job.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
why I Am
easy.
Legend's pretty cool. But if you notice I Am Legend, there isn't that much on the buildings.
There is, but then again, they have to shut the roads down. They filmed it between 5 and 7 o'clock in the morning.
They did with Hanley. They do with all of them, don't they? What's it called? 28 Days Later. They had
Yeah.
to shut down the central London and film it at 3 a.m.
Can you imagine that?
Crazy. How much money it cost them. And that's why a lot of those places aren't overgrown, because they haven't got the time to build it and then be able to leave it.
Yeah. You are trying. Wait. So, I think we're in a good place. I think we've figured out what we're going to do. We may shuffle the buildings around a little.
That's the basic principle, isn't it? The basic idea.
But we've got the idea of 6x4, ruined, overgrown, previous civilization being investigated. I like that.
And even if that's not what foreground use it for, it gives you an idea in your head of where you're going.
Yeah.
It gives you a story. It's like anything you're doing, like when printing minis or basing your minis, it gives you a story as to why are they this colour? Why are they on this base? Why are they on this table? Why is this building being done like this? Like with your zombie board.
The best tables always tell a story. Do you know what I mean? The table itself, without any troops on there. You know, the D-Day one, now it's clear you could see the story on that one.
Yeah.
You know, the zombie one.
Yeah, well, the good thing with zombies is because you've got all the boarded houses, you can see people have been in them. And there's been a fire in one. So there's been a disaster. It starts to tell its own tale if you're looking at it. It's like a piece of art.
Daniel's spamming the refresh button. Mate, if you're first there, do the post, dude. But Stargate, always Stargate, yeah?
Yeah, Stargate, I've got lots of different ones. It's just finding the episodes, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a bit of a Stargate fan, but damn, I don't want to go through all that to find, you know, some little overgrown ruins. And not just that. To be truthful, yeah, until it got the big budget, the overgrown ruins will only be a polystyrene rock with a bit of green sprayed over it. It's not, you know what I mean? Yeah. Until they got the massive budgets and they started doing the real CGI stuff. So we'll have to see on that one. But yeah, I think we're good. I think I can do something with this.
You can put trees in as well.
Yeah, I'll have to hit foreground up for some more trees.
Yeah, get to potentially put some more trees in somewhere.
Defiance has some.
Oh, you could have a tree coming out of the building.
Defiance, yeah.
Yeah, Defiance is a good one actually.
Because that's really
future and post lost civilization. Yeah, nice tree coming up the middle of the building. In fact, that's a good thing from that girl that's got all the gifts, because it's being spread by those huge plants, massive plants with pods that open up.
Yeah.
And that's why it's all overgrown, and that's why they're the central pieces.
Perhaps there's a play on that with the table.
Yeah. Some
sort of alien pods or something.
We could need to go back and watch that film.
Yeah, I do.
Because it's a really good reference for that.
I think we're on a winner, folks. I really do. Video game crisis. I wish I had the time.
I've got that game. Top game. I like all three.
Check out the 100. Yeah, the 100's good. I've seen that.
Crisis 3 is probably better for the overgrown.
Yeah.
Apocalypse areas.
Right, I think I'm going to wrap this show up, because at the minute I'm just coming up with ideas, and we've got what I've got. I've got nothing more to show you. We're just going to be bimbling, guys.
PayPal.
Yeah, one quick check of PayPal before we go. Yeah, make sure I haven't missed anyone. It would appear not, but I'll log in, because I mean notifications on PayPal are rubbish. A bit like YouTube, to be truthful. So make sure that I recognise everyone. Yeah, Sam D was the last one. I will see you at Salute on Saturday, mate. So yeah, we're heading off tomorrow. We're travelling down tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be in the hotel. You better not eat beans. I might eat beans.
Breakfast.
I might eat lots of beans and cabbage and sprouts. How good do you smell? How do you smell? So bloody awful! Perhaps the plants are the cures. I don't think Enemy of the Gates is going to be what you call it. An idea for the project to take a look at some pictures of Studio Ghibli. Great movie anyhow.
Oh, Studio Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli?
You've not heard of them?
No.
Loads of anime, Japanese anime.
Oh, do they? They do that.
But they're slightly more. But it's more slightly family friendly.
So less of the tentacles
and
more
of the
like
floaty, dreamy stuff. They did a couple that have hit mainstream. Didn't they do Spirited Away? I think they might have done Spirited Away. And a few of those sorts of slightly dreamier ones with very strange, fluffy, happy-looking creatures that are then a bit sad.
I don't do this anime stuff.
I don't do that sort of anime normally. I quite like the grittier stuff.
Do you?
Yeah, I like Vampire Hunter D and Ninja Scrolls and.
See, you're
Things a little bit more adult.
You did wonderfully, Larissa. Thank you.
Yes, great job.
Yeah,
I hope
absolutely brilliant.
Going well done.
Yeah, take it easy. Right, I'm going to call it now because, like I say, I've got to get home. I've got video editing to do tonight. Yeah, to get that up tomorrow. Yeah, and time for us to go to Salute. So,
happy trails.
I'm going to say it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
See you later, folks. Thanks for joining. I will see you Sunday night. Yeah, I'll have the photos for Salute as well.
So we'll see you at Salute 12:30.
Foreground stand.
If you're there, come and say hello.
See you there, folks. Ta-da.